You've given your cat soft beds, warm blankets, and countless cozy little spots to sleep throughout the house. So why do they still choose your bed night after night? Why do cats love sleeping on your chest, curling up near your head, or resting quietly by your feet? And is it really just about warmth? Or is your cat actually trying to tell you something much deeper? Because the truth is, when a cat chooses to sleep beside someone, it's one of the most emotionally vulnerable things they can do. And once you understand what it truly means, you may never look at your cat the same way again. Most people think it's simple. The cat is cold, you're warm, end of story. But if warmth was all they wanted, cats would have plenty of other options. They could sleep on your laptop beside a sunny window, next to a heater, or on freshly dried laundry, because cats are incredibly good at finding warm places to rest. So why do they keep choosing you? Because sleep is when a cat is at their most vulnerable. And in the wild, falling asleep means lowering your guard completely. Every survival instinct inside them says to find somewhere hidden, stay alert, and protect yourself from danger. And yet, instead of hiding quietly in a safe corner somewhere in the house, your cat walks past every comfortable place available just to sleep beside a creature 15 times bigger than them. At that point, it's no longer about temperature. That's trust. A level of trust most cat owners never fully realize. When your cat sleeps beside you, they're silently saying, "I feel safe with you." And more importantly, "I feel safe enough to completely let my guard down." In a study observing cats in multi-pet households, researchers noticed something fascinating. Confident cats usually chose open and exposed places to rest, while shy or anxious cats preferred hidden spots where they could stay unnoticed and protected. But something changed when the owner entered the room. Even the nervous cats became more comfortable resting in open spaces, and that alone shows how strongly a trusted human presence can make a cat feel safe. And the truth is, cats never fully switch off while sleeping. They have a special third eyelid called the nictitating membrane, a thin protective layer that partially closes while they rest, allowing them to remain alert even during sleep. It's proof of how deeply survival instincts are wired into cats, because part of them is always prepared to react if danger appears. But when they sleep beside you, they feel like they don't have to stay on guard as much anymore. If you're calm, relaxed, and peacefully resting, your cat reads that as a signal that everything is okay, and there's no danger nearby. Have you ever noticed your cat rubbing their head against you before going to sleep? Most people see it as simple affection, but it's actually much deeper than that. Cats have scent glands on their cheeks, forehead, and at the base of their tail, and when they rub against you, they leave behind invisible scent markers. But what many people don't realize is this. When your cat sleeps pressed against you every single night, they're blending their scent with yours. In the wild, cats living in the same colony share a communal scent, and that shared smell is how they recognize family, safety, and belonging. It's their silent way of saying, "This one belongs with us," and "This one is safe." So every time your cat curls up beside you at night, they're not just sleeping. They're performing an ancient bonding ritual that goes back thousands of years. And that's also why cats often sniff you intensely after you come home from somewhere unfamiliar. Your scent changed, and part of that shared smell between the two of you disappeared, so those bedtime cuddles become their way of restoring the connection again. This might surprise you, but part of your cat genuinely believes they're guarding you while you sleep. Even the most pampered indoor cat still carries predator instincts deep inside them, and predators are naturally aware of danger and constantly scanning their environment. That's why where your cat chooses to sleep matters so much. If they sleep facing the door, they may be watching the entrance and keeping an eye on possible threats. If they sleep near your head, they could be protecting what they instinctively see as your most vulnerable area. And if they press against your back, they're staying physically connected to you while remaining alert to the room around them. It sounds funny because they're tiny and you're obviously much bigger than they are, but deep inside their instincts, your cat has assigned themselves a role. This human is mine to protect. And every single night, without making a sound, they quietly return to their post beside you. The way your cat sleeps beside you can reveal exactly how they feel emotionally in that moment. By your feet. This position is a balance between independence and connection. Your cat wants to stay close to you while still keeping the freedom to leave quickly if they need to, which is why this is often the favorite sleeping spot for shy cats or cats that are still adjusting to a new home. Near your head. This is a deeply intimate position because it's warm there, and your cat can hear your breathing throughout the night. That familiar rhythm becomes soothing and comforting to them, almost like a signal that they're safe enough to fully relax. On your legs. This position requires trust because your cat is basically trapping themselves between your legs and the bed, limiting how quickly they can move away. Your legs also produce a lot of body heat, making them one of the warmest and coziest places your cat could possibly sleep. On your chest. This is premium cat real estate. If your cat sleeps on your chest, it's one of the strongest signs of emotional bonding they can show. They can hear your heartbeat, feel your breathing, and stay as physically close to you as possible, which is why this position represents deep trust, emotional safety, and powerful affection. Cats are naturally most active during dawn and dusk, so biologically, their schedule shouldn't really match yours at all. But bonded cats slowly begin changing that. They wake up when you wake up, sleep when you sleep, learn the sound of your footsteps, memorize your daily routines, and sometimes even appear right before your alarm goes off in the morning. Think about that for a moment. An animal shaped by thousands of years of evolution is quietly adjusting its biological rhythm just to spend more time beside you. At that point, it's no longer just survival instinct. That's attachment. And beneath all of this, something even deeper may be happening. Scientists believe that when humans and cats bond through touch, eye contact, purring, and physical closeness, both can experience an increase in oxytocin, often called the love hormone. Oxytocin is deeply connected to trust, emotional bonding, comfort, and feelings of safety, and it's the same hormone involved in parent-child bonding, romantic relationships, and emotional connection between loved ones. Which means every time your cat curls up on your chest, purrs beside you, or falls asleep peacefully in your arms, both of your brains may be quietly strengthening that emotional bond together. In a way, your cat isn't just sleeping beside you. The two of you are calming each other's nervous systems. And maybe that's why hearing your cat purr after a stressful day feels so peaceful and emotionally comforting. Because little by little, your bodies and emotions are beginning to synchronize with each other. Have you ever had a terrible day and suddenly noticed your cat refusing to leave your side? That's not a coincidence. Cats are incredibly sensitive to human emotions, and they notice subtle changes in your breathing, body language, tone of voice, and even chemical changes in your scent. When you're stressed, your body releases cortisol, and your cat can sense it almost immediately. They may not understand exactly what's wrong, but they know something feels different about you. That's why many cats become extra affectionate when their owners are anxious, grieving, emotionally overwhelmed, or physically sick. They're not just being cute. They're responding to your emotional state in the only way they know how. If a cat who always slept beside you suddenly stops, don't ignore it. Cats are creatures of habit, and when they change a behavior this important, they're usually trying to communicate something. Sometimes the reason is physical, like pain, illness, or stress, because cats naturally isolate themselves when they don't feel safe or healthy. It's a survival instinct that still exists deep inside them. Other times, the cause may be environmental. A new pet, a new person, changes in the home, or even a different routine that suddenly makes them feel unsettled. And sometimes, it's emotional. If something frightened your cat in the bedroom, they may begin avoiding that space entirely because they no longer associate it with safety. The important thing is this: pay attention to small behavioral changes, because for cats, behavior is language. And sleeping beside you was one of the strongest expressions of trust they could ever give you. So the next time your cat curls up beside you at night, remember this. To them, it was never just sleep. It was trust, safety, protection, emotional comfort, and connection. Maybe your cat was never truly choosing your bed. Maybe they were choosing you. Because in your cat's eyes, you are not just their owner. You are the place where they feel safest in the world. Where does your cat sleep tonight? Tell us in the comments.